Welcome to Inspiration from the East, your channel for stories that move, inform, and inspire. Let's begin our journey together. There are places on our planet where the air itself seems to hold its breath. The Korean Demilitarized Zone is one such place. It is a ribbon of land, just 4 kilometers wide and 250 kilometers long, that cuts across the Korean peninsula. Endless fences unspool across the landscape, their barbs glinting under the sun like a row of jagged teeth. Watchtowers stand as silent sentinels, their gazes fixed across the divide, manned by young soldiers who peer into a land they can see but never touch. The ground beneath their feet is seeded with a deadly harvest of landmines, a constant unseen threat that enforces the separation with lethal finality. This is a landscape designed by fear, a carefully constructed void intended to keep humanity at bay. And it has remained this way since the armistice of 1953. The Korean War, which raged from 1950 to 1953, was not merely a clash of armies. It was a tragedy that tore a nation and its families apart. Imagine waking up one morning to find that your brother, your mother, or your child is on the other side of a line you can never cross. This was the reality for millions. The pain of this division is a deep, persistent ache in the Korean soul, a constant reminder of what was lost. While humanity focused on conflict and containment, something remarkable and entirely unplanned began to unfold within the forbidden lands of the DMZ. The bomb craters from the war filled with rainwater, transforming over time into thriving wetlands and ponds, teeming with new life. A complex mosaic of habitats emerged: dense woodlands, open grasslands, marshes, and pristine riverine ecosystems. The Imjin River, which flows through the DMZ, runs clear and unpolluted, its banks lush with vegetation. In spring, the hills are blanketed with wildflowers. In summer, the air hums with insects. Autumn brings a blaze of color, and winter reveals the tracks of animals that roam freely here. The DMZ has become an accidental Eden, a paradise born from the paradox of human conflict. Perhaps the most iconic residents are the magnificent cranes. The zone is a vital wintering ground for both the red-crowned crane and the white-naped crane. Their haunting, resonant calls echo across the frozen wetlands, a sound that has become synonymous with the wild heart of the DMZ. These elegant birds, revered in Korean culture as symbols of peace and longevity, gather here in their thousands. Camera traps have captured astonishing images of rare mammals. There is evidence of the Asiatic black bear, a species that has all but vanished from the rest of South Korea. The Amur goral, a nimble goat antelope, can be seen navigating the steep, rocky hillsides. Most tantalizingly, there are persistent hopes of the most elusive and critically endangered big cats on Earth, the Amur leopard, and perhaps even the Siberian tiger. The story of the DMZ is built upon a profound paradox. The most dangerous place for humans on the Korean peninsula has become the safest place for nature. The vibrant green of the DMZ, when viewed from above, contrasts sharply with the gray sprawl of cities and agricultural land that surrounds it. The very mechanisms of war, the fences, the guns, the landmines, have acted as unwitting guardians of the wild. For ecologists and conservationists, the Korean DMZ represents a unique, large-scale ecological experiment that could never be intentionally replicated. Scientists have documented over 6,000 different species within this narrow strip, including more than 100 that are protected or endangered. It is a living laboratory demonstrating what can happen when we step back and allow the Earth to heal. The greatest question hanging over this accidental Eden is, what happens next? As talks of peace and reunification ebb and flow, the very event that the world hopes for, lasting peace, could pose the greatest threat to this unique sanctuary. Conservationists propose alternative futures, a DMZ Peace Park or UNESCO Biosphere Reserve that would protect the core habitats while allowing for limited, sustainable human activity. Imagine a future where former guard posts become wildlife observation towers, where research stations host scientists from both Koreas working together to protect this shared natural heritage. This vision transforms the DMZ from a symbol of division into a symbol of cooperation, a living peace treaty written not on paper but on the land itself. Nature, in its quiet, persistent way, has shown what is possible when division gives way to life. It has created a garden in a war zone. Now it is up to humanity to find the wisdom to protect it. If you enjoyed this story, please subscribe, share, and like for more inspiration from the East.